Hi, my name is Merrie East, and my invention journey actually began in the late 80s. My husband and I had moved to California, and our 1.5-year-old son began having chronic nosebleeds. And in fact, it was back when AIDS first began to be a big issue. And the daycare would call me almost daily to come pick him up because they didn't want to touch blood. So I knew I had to come up with something to contain that blood so that I could keep working. So I began rolling tissue paper up and taping it together and sticking it up his nose. And I found that that worked tremendously. But I also figured out that it was also stopping the nosebleed. So because of the pressure it applied up there, it coagulated the blood. So I had revised the product and started using a compressed cotton and put a plastic sleeve along the bottom so that when you removed it to dispose of it, you didn't touch blood. And that's where it began. 90% of children that have chronic nosebleeds continue having nosebleeds because of their dry nostril walls, and they could just touch it or pick it or whatever, and that's why they always have recurring nosebleeds. And they suggest that you use petroleum jelly to keep it moist. So, but using Q-tips to apply the jelly was very uncomfortable for the child, and so I took my product, which is a bullet shape, and just swooshed it in his nose and could throw it away, and it was much more comfortable. And I realized that by foil wrapping it pre-lubricated, we could take it and use it whenever we needed to. So that made it very convenient too. But anyway, so that's an added feature for my product. But anyway, we also, by the way, put him through a lot of medical procedures that really were unnecessary, and had I had these products when he first started having nosebleeds, we wouldn't have put him through all that, because all in all, we knew we just had to live with it, and those products just made it easier. So I know there's a need for those out there, and that is my big dream, to get it out there for people. So anyway, back then though, I really didn't do anything with it. I did try to find someone to license it because I really didn't want to get involved in anything. I just wanted to get something out of the deal. And I never could find anyone. And so 10 years ago, I moved back after a divorce and became a single mom of 3 kids. And I lived paycheck to paycheck, and decided to pursue this further again. So the American Inventor Show came along and inspired me to go for it. So I made it through the 3rd round, and that was a great experience. But and I did happen to make it on the 2006 airing of the show, and the problem is because it was shown publicly, I knew I only had 1 year to do something with it, or else I would lose it. So I filed a provisional patent, and was hoping I would find someone to take it over by then. And as the year was narrowing, I realized that I still couldn't afford an attorney, and I wasn't about to lose my dream. So I started pursuing it on my own. Well, my twin sister helped me too. Without her, I probably wouldn't have been able to get through it all, but it was a very long process. I had 3 rejections, and when I got the final rejection, I knew that I would have to somehow get an attorney to finish it and correct it for me, or else I definitely would lose it. And so I talked an attorney into helping me out, and it's been since the end of April that he filed the appeal, and we're waiting to hear back at this point. So here it is, October, so it's been quite a while since we've heard back. So my hopes are that it will be patented, and that's my story. It's been a long road. So, thank you, and don't give up on your dreams. That's all I can say.